Yeah. So today we're going to talk some of my favorite things. Spirituality, self-love, you understand? How you doing? If this is your first time here, this is the number one chill spot on YouTube. My name is HINDZ. Today in hindsight, let's get the vibes just right. Now, often people ask me, hey, what started your spiritual or self-love journey? So today I wanted to have a quick conversation on 3 things I did to make major transformations in my life, because there was a period in my life where I stepped into a dark tunnel and I was doing things that was out of character, out of spirit for me, and it led me down a path that had no reward. You understand? The only reward was the opportunity to change, and I took it. So the very first thing that I did was I realized that everything I consumed mattered. You understand? I started to look at like my eyes, you understand, the things I put in my mouth, my ears, that's like portals into the thing that matters most, my spirit. And I changed the way I eat. I changed the things that I consumed, music wise, the things that I watched, the conversations that I had. And just doing that will make a drastic switch in your life. And I think no matter where we are, there's always adjustments we can make, you understand? And to me, that is a radical form of self-love, is treating this like a temple, you understand? Or when somebody's gossiping, you decide to say, you know what, I don't want to consume that noise. Instead, let me talk about or receive something that is actually nourishing. Once I started to really have boundaries and, discipline on what I consumed, I started to have more respect for myself, right? Having respect for ourselves is key, but it's hard to have respect for ourselves when we don't show up for ourselves, right? When we're constantly not showing up for ourselves with our goals and our dreams, and it can grow and grow and grow until we stop believing in ourselves. And I hit a point where I didn't believe in myself. I remember I didn't even believe I could create anymore. I actually sold my camera after like 5 years, 6 years of like really, perfecting my craft. And it was probably actually like 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure the exact date. But after doing that and perfecting my craft and even having like a level of success and popularity, I lost the belief in myself that, I sold my camera, and I went on a journey of transformation, self-love, and spirituality. Once I did that, I started to think clearly. I started to feel better in my body. And I noticed I started to care more about the world and like the earth and others. I started to notice something interesting. When you see litter on the ground, it's normally like junk food. You know what I'm saying? Like you rarely ever see somebody litter healthy food or from like a healthy company. It's always like McDonald's or A&W or something like that. And not like that's fine if you eat it here and there, but people who consume that stuff on a daily basis, I believe, have not a lot of respect for themselves or the world. And that's why they'll throw a Coke bottle out on the street. Or I heavily dislike when I go on a hike and I see people leaving beer cans on a hike or at a lake. I'm like, how disrespectful this to Mother Earth. You understand? So that respect that we have for ourselves and that love that we have for ourselves will show and express in the way that we treat this earth and we treat others. The next thing I started to do was expand my mind, expand the things that I wanted to learn about. So I started to dive into different spiritualities, different topics, started to learn a lot about the Tao and then like Eastern philosophies. And I just had fun learning. I didn't grow up with like a religion. I didn't grow up with like anyone in my family really deeply spiritual. So there was no pressure on me to believe anything. There's nobody saying, hey, this person is God or none of that. So I became just a truth seeker. And I was like, well, now this new world has opened up to me and I'm receiving things and I can feel more things and I'm in my body now. I'm in my spirit now. Let me learn more about the world. And I just had fun. I had fun with learning. I went into hermit mode, you understand? I went celibate. I changed the way I eat. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking. I did all of that. Total cleanse of the mind, body, and spirit. And now I was just receiving information. And the things that I aligned, I said, okay, maybe there's something here. And the things that didn't, I just pushed it away. And I started to have conversations with others and sometimes elders who had, more knowledge and spirituality. And then I started to read just more and more and more books. Like I read a lot of books, you understand? And I wasn't somebody that liked to read. And then I would say there's two books that definitely changed my life the most. First, it was the Tao. But the second book that definitely changed my life, and still to this day I read it, I'm not going to say every single day, but almost every single day, was the Bible. But when I started to read the Bible, I actually had a negative outlook on it just from growing up and certain experiences and just the way my interaction was with some people. I didn't like it. But like I just kept feeling this call to open it up and read it. And I really started to enjoy it and learn so much from it. And then I discovered this audiobook from Denzel Washington, who got like all these celebrities and musicians that he was connected with, black celebrities and stuff like that. And they recreated the Bible in an audio experience. And I started to listen to that. And that started to inspire my podcast a little bit because I was like, wow, this is a sound journey. And the things I couldn't understand reading, because I'm such a visual and audio person, I was able to receive that information in a new way through the audiobook. It was amazing. You can actually listen to it on Audible, who is our sponsor of the day. Now, Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre, from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity memoirs, mysteries and thrillers, motivation, wellness, business, and so much more. Get this, you'll discover exclusive Audible originals from top celebrities, renowned experts, and exciting new voices in audio. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from the entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases, so you can stay up to date with what's happening in an audio experience. All Audible members now also get access to a growing selection of titles included with membership that you can listen to all you want. Now, the selection includes Audible originals, podcasts, and audiobooks. Plus, more get added every single month. And the Audible app makes it easy to listen anytime, anywhere while traveling, working out, one of my favorites, walking, doing chores, another one of my favorites. You get to decide. And right now, new members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/HINDZ or text HINDZ to 500-500. Check it out. And then the last thing I did was creativity. Creativity to me is a spiritual journey. It is the thing that has taught me the most about myself. I always say that, you understand? It's like my place of sanctuary. It's where I find myself to be the most present, focused, and aligned with the Most High. And there was a time where I sold my camera, but once I cleansed myself and once I was going through a transformation, mind, body, and spirit, and then I was learning new things, I started to feel the energy again. I started to be inspired again, and I naturally wanted to create out of the things that I was learning. So I picked up a camera again, but I couldn't even afford a camera. So actually, one of my best friends figured it out, and he got me like a cheap little camera, and I started off there. And the quality wasn't what I wanted because I was used to better cameras. But again, I sold all my equipment. And at this time in my life, I was broke. I didn't have no money, but I was fed, you understand? Like I didn't even need money. I was happy, filled, at peace, joyful. I had my cup of tea every morning, and that's all I needed. And I started to naturally express myself. And that's where I learned that our highest form of nutrition is in our expression. And creativity taught me more about the world, but most importantly, it taught me more about myself and the process, right? Being a creator allows me to understand the process of life, right? Being patient, how to channel joy, how to channel sexual energy, take that lust and turn it into love for something else, right? Through celibacy and creativity, I really learned how to respect women on a whole new level, I've always been able to have really good friendships with women because growing up, like my best friends were actually girls because my mom had a couple other, everybody was single moms, everybody has kids, and a lot of them were girls. So I always had girls that were best friends. But even through my transformation, I started to have even more respect for women, seeing them in a different light and not really wanting the less. So I would take all of that sexual energy and apply it to my creativity. And let me tell you, that did wonders for from our journey and as a truth seeker. And these simple things, I feel like, can always be fine-tuned, adjusted, you understand? Like right now, I ask myself, well, what can we do to go to the next level of transformation? And I realize, well, that's in the physical right now. So I've been training, 4 or 5 days a week. After I train for a couple months, I'm going into kickboxing, and I've really been enjoying nurturing my temple in that way. Even right now, I'm also diving deeper into my knowledge, you understand, reading my main book and asking myself, how can I really understand this and embody it into my life? And it's a forever journey. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about this journey, is that we're never perfect. There's always more to strive, but we don't have to strive super hard every day. Certain seasons we have to have that grace to just be still, you understand, and truly allow that truth to be sown back into us and sit on all that we've received. And when we're ready again, we go for the next level up. But our transformations start with us. You understand? Like, we have the ability to transform ourselves. And it's with the simple things. You know what I'm saying? If you can wake up every single day, start off with gratitude, nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Watch what you consume, right? Watch what you consume and give glory to the Most High. More wisdom will just be given to you, because I believe all wisdom is given. Knowledge is one thing. Knowledge is what we learn. Knowledge is what we read. We can go to school, things like that, through conversations. But wisdom is experience, and it's given. And through this journey, every single one of us has such a unique path, and every single one of us has so many depths within us that we've yet to discover. And it's key to be excited about that discovery. Like, still to this day, I get excited about what I don't know about myself. As much as a introspective person, and I love to reflect, I know there's depths I haven't even touched. I don't even know what I'll be creating 5 years from now. Get excited about yourself. Get excited about your transformation, your journey, you understand? Your physical transformation, your spiritual transformation, your emotional transformation, whatever it may be. Because there's so much potential in you, untapped, you understand? And it's the simple things, really, that ignite that transformation. Then we build up that momentum, celebrate the little wins, and the next thing you know, we live in the life we love and loving the life that we live. So you done know in hindsight, everything is going to be all right. It's a right day, and we power by. See you soon.